I'm Graham Johnson from the Port of Tacoma. Here's what's happening on Pierce County's working waterfront. We begin with new steps to improve air quality in and around the Port of Tacoma. The Northwest Seaport Alliance is now using an electric forklift at the East Blair 1 breakbulk terminal. The forklift is capable of lifting up to 36,000 pounds and was delivered as a demonstration unit about 3 months ago. On a full charge, it can run for 8 to 10 hours. It's the first of several electric forklifts planned for NWSA terminals. In November, commissioners approved the Port of Tacoma's updated Clean Air Implementation Plan. It outlines steps the port will take in the next 5 years, including expanding the electric vehicle fleet and working with the operator of the grain terminal to reduce emissions.
We thank everybody for their comments, and all that feedback was taken into consideration as we updated the plan.
The plan advances the goals of the Northwest Port's Clean Air Strategy, a regional effort which aims to phase out all seaport-related emissions by 2050. The Port of Tacoma is committed to achieving net zero for emissions under the port's direct control by 2040, like those associated with port-owned buildings and vehicle fleets. The Maritime Center project is hitting new milestones along the Foss Waterway. The port's new office building is framed up and has roofing, concrete floors, and some siding. You can also see the framing for solar panels that will go on the roof.
We've got something that we can contextualize, something that we can show folks and help them be excited about the rest of the journey.
Next door, Tacoma Public Schools is building the Maritime 253 Skills Center. Enrollment is now open for the 2026 school year. Maritime 253 offers hands-on, career-driven training at no cost to students from multiple South Sound school districts. In November, volunteers placed mussels at the Maritime Center site in the Wheeler-Osgood Waterway, which connects with the Foss Waterway. Every 2 years, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife deploys mussels all around Puget Sound. They'll be retrieved in a few months and tested for near-shore contaminants. We have a new way to help understand the difference between the Port of Tacoma and the Tacoma Tideflats. Figuring out where the port begins and ends can be confusing. Our newest Port 101 video has the answers.
The Tideflats encompass about 5,000 acres, and about half of that, 2,500 acres, is owned by the Port of Tacoma.
You can see the full video about the port and the Tideflats, what they have in common, and what sets them apart at portoftacoma.com. On the news page of our website, you can hear from veterans who work at the Port of Tacoma. In honor of Veterans Day, several shared their reflections.
The port's mission and goal-oriented, so that's similar to the military.
Everyone in our society should never forget the sacrifice and commitment and the tireless efforts of our veterans.
Also at portoftacoma.com, you can sign up for our community newsletter, Pierside. It includes agendas for commission meetings, which are held at the Fabulous Center off Port of Tacoma Road. The meetings start at noon, and public comment is welcome. In November, commissioners approved the 2026 statutory budget and adopted the tax levy. You can learn more on the financial information page of the port's website. Finally this month, an annual Cycle of Life tradition in a port habitat site. It's chum chucking. In late November, the port's environmental staff tossed a few hundred chum salmon carcasses into and around Lower Clear Creek.
As they decompose, valuable marine nutrients that they've absorbed in their life in the saltwater are then going to be returned to the freshwater to support the future generations of salmon.
It's all part of the salmon life cycle. You know, it's perfectly designed.
The spawned hatchery salmon were provided by the Puyallup tribe of Indians. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in January with a new edition of Working Waterfront.